Hey, what's up? We're playing The Outer Worlds 2. I like to give it a little time to warm up, so thanks for tuning in. Subscribe to the channel, and we'll be back in just a few minutes to play The Outer Worlds 2.
When the lab coats say these rifts could destroy the entire galaxy, that doesn't include the main menu, right? Geography ain't my strong suit.
Get the ball back, and as you mentioned, the possession of the ball component in that sequence was one of the reasons why we were able to wear them down and win the line of scrimmage in the fashion that we were able to win it a little bit later on as we pushed into the fourth quarter.
We talked about you stopping the run game. Your run game was exemplary to the point where never before in the Steelers' history has a team rushed for 8.5 yards per carry as you did in that game. But to me, look at the offensive line to start that thing. You have a guy like Dylan Cook, and I remember what you said last week about, I'm not going to ask you to be patient, I'm going to ask you to work while you wait. He seems to be the prime example.
He is. There's a guy, it's just another guy, the latest guy that's an example of the model that we live by. The standard is the standard, and one man's misfortune is another man's opportunity. He's been working extremely hard since he's been here, and he's getting the fruit of that labor, and deservedly so. But man, we needed it. We needed it in a big way, and certainly he was a big component of our run game, and particularly some of those big runs there in the fourth quarter that really helped us out. We're to our left and behind him.
Yeah, Warren had 245-yarders, but maybe the turning point of the game was the Gainwell catch right at the end of the first half. There's always a player or two that can turn the tides. Was that the biggest one this week?
You know, and taking nothing away from the Kenny Gainwell play, certainly was a huge play. But we converted, I think, 2 or 3 third down and 10s in that drive prior to it. Adam Thielen can't say enough about his contributions in that sequence. I think the first one was a third down and 10. We dumped the ball, and Pat Fryermuth, he was able to get the first down. But I think there were 2 third downs after that to Thielen that kept that drive alive and put us in position for Kenny to make that play. And converting third down and 10s, and particularly third down and 10s within a 2-minute sequence, is huge. Because if we don't convert those, they get the ball back and they're coming back at us. And it's 10-3, and they could be coming back at us to expand that lead. Those converted third downs preserve the ball, the possession of the ball, put us in position to enjoy that special play by Kenny and go in tied up 10-10.
And the ending was sort of a wild situation, though. And from a coach's point of view, I looked at that play and thought forward progress had been stopped. They allowed it to go on, but pass interference nullified the whole thing, though. As it played out, what were you thinking about that end?
I certainly thought forward progress was stopped. I certainly knew that the penalty was an offensive one, and so I just viewed it as, them working through whatever it is that they needed to work through. I felt pretty comfortable about the outcome as I saw it unfold in real time. And so, it's just a matter of waiting patiently at that point for them to sort things out and articulate their decision making, not only to us but to the fans in the stadium, etc. And I kind of read Carl Schefter's lips from a distance, and he said something to the effect, "That's OPI. This game is over." And I think that's when I took my headset off and I knew. But it still wasn't clear, I think, to the larger public and so forth for another few moments or so.
Yeah, well, it's a memorable game for your 200th career win. Congratulations on that, both postseason and regular season. When we come back, Mike Tomlin and company will try to make it 201, a trip to Cleveland, which is never easy. Missy will talk about the Browns and what they've been up to when we return.
All right, thanks, Bob, and that is correct. Not only did Coach Tomlin hit his 200th career win, he is the third youngest head coach to do so in NFL history. And congratulations also goes out to Jalen Ramsey, Ben Skoranek, and TJ Watt, who were voted to the Pro Bowl games. It marks the 25th consecutive season the Steelers are sending multiple players. While Ramsey and Watt are no strangers to the Pro Bowl, this is the first time for Skoranek. The Mike Tomlin Show will be right back.
My daughter is being treated for leukemia. It hit me hard. It did. Being a girl dad, it really just melted my heart.
It changes everything.
You feel hopeless at that moment.
Having a child with cancer is heartbreaking. We were scared to death. And we knew that we were coming to the best place that we could possibly come to. And we were still scared to death.
You can join the battle to save lives by supporting St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Families never receive a bill from St. Jude for treatment, travel, housing, or food, so they can focus on helping their child live.
Childhood cancer, there's no escaping it. But St. Jude is doing the work, continually researching towards cures, giving more than just my child a chance at life.
You can make a difference. Please become a St. Jude Partner in Hope for only $19 a month.
We wouldn't know what to do if we couldn't afford for our little girl to survive. And St. Jude gives us that. Research for this hospital is saving children.
Join with your credit or debit card right now and receive this St. Jude t-shirt you can wear to show your support to help St. Jude save the lives of these children.
St. Jude is hope. Even today, after losing a child, it's still about the hope of tomorrow.
We wouldn't be where we are without those people that have donated.
Please become a partner in hope right now.
Welcome back to the 84 Lumber Mike Tomlin Show.
Well, it's hard to believe there are only 2 regular season games left. Of course, they are AFC North opponents. And up first is a trip to Cleveland, where the Steelers had lost there to the Browns in their last 3 meetings. For what needs to happen on Sunday for the Steelers to complete the sweep, let's send it back to Bob and Coach for more. Guys.
All right, Missy, thanks very much. It's the Cleveland Browns, week 17 of this season. Coach, it's never easy. It's a division game late in the season, regardless of their status. It's never easy going to Cleveland. Why is that, do you think?
Because quite honestly and transparently, they have the number 1 unit in the AFC North statistically. Their defensive unit is the best unit in our division, offensively or defensively. And when you have a unit like that, you're in every football game. They got a guy who's probably the unquestioned defensive player of the year in Myles Garrett, and they probably got a guy on the second level in Carson that's probably the unquestioned defensive rookie of the year. And so when you got 2 players of the year in your front 7, you're statistically what they are defensively. You got a savvy, experienced coordinator like Jim Schwartz. You're going to be in every football game. Certainly, they've had their challenges, but that unit and the way that they're performing and the way that they're coached is the reason why there's cause for concern anytime you're playing them. For example, I think we've lost our last 2 times in Cleveland. Largely over the course of his career, we've done a nice job of working to minimize Myles Garrett. I think he's got 13 career sacks against us. Well, 5 of them have been in our last 2 trips to Cleveland. And so we get in that environment versus that defense and that guy. It is a full day's work. He's capable of wrecking the game. That's what we mean when we say he's a game wrecker. And that's why we're working with an edge this week, regardless of all those outside variables that may lead you to believe that it's insignificant.
You brought him up. He's a half sack away from tying the Watt-Strahan record, and he can actually set it in this game. Down deep, you don't want that to happen on your call, do you?
You never want to be on the wrong side of a record. I don't care what anybody says. Maybe Brett Favre is the only guy I've ever seen that's okay with that. From my perspective, absolutely not.
All right, you talked about their second-round pick out of UCLA. He's like Jack Campbell. He just came off a game like that where he is just, every time you look up, he's making a tackle. What's made him so effective in what he's been able to do?
You know, he's got burst. He's got closing burst. You can see it a lot. They utilize it in some special ways. He's what you could call the 5th rusher, the most likely blitzer. They blitz him a lot. They also play him free underneath when they play man-to-man. They allow near mobile quarterbacks and secondary contain and so forth. He's got an awesome skill set, feel for the game. They really lean in on his talents with what they do schematically. And I think all of those things rolled into one really creates the body of work that we're looking at that's probably going to win him Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Over your career, you've made life miserable for young quarterbacks, especially rookie quarterbacks. You're facing one this week. From what you've seen of Shedeur Sanders, positives and negatives about his game and what you need to do to kind of control him.
You know, he's not lacking confidence. He's a legitimate competitor. I can't say enough about his toughness. I hadn't seen him blink in the face of pressure and so forth. He doesn't watch the rush the way that certain guys do. He's building a nice rapport with some young guys. And I just think it's always good when a unit or a collective is growing together. He's thrown a bunch of balls to Fanning. Fanning has 70 catches and 700 yards. In recent weeks, Isaiah Bond's role has really expanded. Malachi Cordley. And so, although he's not a rookie, he's a new arrival from the Jets. And so I see him and them growing together. That's something to be reckoned with. And certainly you can include their play caller in that. And fresh set of eyes. And certainly Shedeur is a signal caller, as that coupled with some of the guys that I mentioned. You know, they're displaying no fear. They probably hadn't been in it long enough to be wary, you know. And so sometimes that's an asset to you. I feel that. And it's certainly our job to put that fire out.
Another one of those young guys who won't be there is Quinshon Judkins. He got injured pretty badly last week. But they're using guys who are undrafted, who haven't had much of a pedigree in this league. That's an opportunity for some of these young guys. And you see, performances that you may not have expected from them.
You know, we always live by the creed, one man's misfortune is another's opportunity. And certainly it's unfortunate what happened to their young runner. He is a special talent who was having a really good season. They're not only missing their bell cow, but they're also missing a very capable veteran in Jerome Ford. And so there's certainly some challenges there, but they got some young, capable people who I'm sure are excited about the opportunity and excited about doing it against us as division leaders. And so it's these intimate divisional relationships that you have to respect and value. I understand their mindset. I also understand ours. As I mentioned, we hadn't had a lot of recent success in Cleveland. And if you're going to be division champs, you got to be able to take that show on the road and win games in hostile environments. And so I'm excited about this opportunity for us.
That opportunity to come up on 1 o'clock Sunday afternoon on KDK TV. Should be a great day for football. We'll talk about the keys to this game coming up later with Coach Tomlin. Missy, let's head back to you.
All right, Bob, we're looking forward to that. And if the Steelers get a victory in Cleveland, that will mark 4 straight wins. They'll also hit double digits on the season. Pittsburgh will be going against a different rookie QB for the Browns this week. And under Coach Tomlin, the Steelers are 27-6 in the regular season when facing a rookie signal caller. Merrill Hodge has more on Shedeur Sanders coming up through the break.
the world's first titanium nonstick pan. It's going to blow your hair back. I'm Mike Miguel, 3 Michelin.
Welcome back to the 84 Lumber Mike Tomlin Show.
Show off your black and gold knowledge with Immaculate Prediction, the Steelers' predictive game that gives you a chance to win some great prizes. Here's one of the Week 17 questions. Will Joey Porter Jr. record an interception in Cleveland, yes or no? Just head to the Steelers mobile app now to compete for this week's first place prize, an autographed JPJ jersey. Good luck. Well, the last time Porter and the Steelers defense faced the Browns, Dylan Gabriel was the quarterback. That was Week 6, and now Cleveland is starting another rookie at QB. Merrill Hodge has more on Shedeur Sanders in this week's playbook.
Hi everyone, welcome into the UPMC Root Sports Complex for the playbook, presented by Microsoft Copilot. Cleveland Browns, round 2, different rookie quarterback this year, Shedeur Sanders. Now, studying him with his starts he has had thus far, it's very similar to the way he was in college. Very good quarterback, very good with simple looks, but he struggles when you cloud up things and you change the look on him. And the best way to show you that is we'll show you some simple plays. We'll start off with 2 of them, where the Titans really don't change their coverage. They identify what they're doing, and they don't change it. And when they don't, he actually makes some good throws. Here, Jerry Jeudy will run a post down here at the bottom. When they snap the ball, as we snap the ball, you'll see that they don't change their coverage. It's pretty simple. You know it right off the bat. Now, Jeudy does a great job at the bottom of the screen. I mean, this defender gets absolutely toasted. You can't lose to the inside. But he does, and he makes great throws. Jeudy runs, does the rest, and it's a touchdown. The next play we'll see is very similar. It's a simple look. They don't change it up. They show you what they're going to do, and they stay in it. Now, where we're going to focus here is at the top of the screen with the tight end. You can tell it's man coverage right off the back. Single high safety. It's got man. Now, they can change this, but they don't. They stay with it. The tight end wheels around, and he does a good job of identifying that. Stays with his guy, makes a good throw, even in a dirty pocket. And he could do these type of things in college. Where he really struggled in college and even in the NFL, and most young guys do, only the elite ones get really good at this, is when you start bringing pressure and you speed them up and you change the look. Okay, well, this one they're going to bring some pressure. Now, as they come on the top of the screen, the defender's going to get into the backfield and pressure him. When that happens, now he has to move and make a throw. This is where he is not very accurate. He's better when they design runs versus when he has to run and throw. Now he has to speed it up. He's got to step up, and he doesn't make a very good throw. You know, he's got the guy open and just misses him because he gets sped up, and he has to now throw on the run where he struggles. Now, this might be the greatest example. The 49ers are giving you like everybody's coming. Now, at the snap, they don't come, and this is where you see his real problem. As they go back into zone coverage, he was looking at the go route. Now, the go route's not open, but he missed the out route, which was wide open. He misses the drag, which is wide open, because he hasn't learned to go through progressions because he doesn't know what you've done when you snap the ball. So when you make it confusing on him, once you snap it, he really breaks down. So in this matchup, the key is to pick the right downs and distances to confuse and change those coverages so he's uncertain, and then you'll have your most success against him.
You can catch all of Merrill's playbooks on the team's official YouTube page. Well, so far this season, the Browns have 49 sacks, and 22 of them belong to Myles Garrett. Last week, the Bills held Garrett to just half a sack, so now he only needs one more QB takedown to break TJ Watt and Michael Strahan's single-season sack record. For much more on what to expect on Sunday, it's time for Keys to the Game, presented by your neighborhood sports store. Let's send it back one final time to Bob and Coach. Guys.
All right, Missy, thanks very much. 1 p.m., KDKA, Sunday afternoon. It's the Browns and the Steelers. We talked a lot about Dylan Cook earlier in this broadcast, Coach, but now he goes up against one of the best in the business, Myles Garrett. He's doing well, but he's going to need some help. How do you give him that help on Sunday?
We're certainly not going to wish him luck, you know, and no disrespect to Dylan, but that's anyone. I just watched some this week of Miles compete against San Francisco and Trent Williams, who is a generational tackle, left tackle. And schematically, San Francisco helped him. And that just lets you know the significance of what's going on with Myles Garrett. We're going to do all the things that teams do in one-dimensional circumstances to help. But it's not something that he hadn't seen not only this year, but over the course of his career. He's got 22 sacks. I'd imagine the vast majority of those are against the very schematic concepts that we're going to choose to deploy to help Dylan. And so we're not acting like we're inventing the wheel. We better minimize those moments. We better stay on schedule. We better not be in third and long a whole bunch. That's the first way you help them, is to stay out of those circumstances. I think offenses are converting 11.9% of third and long against their defense for the season. And so that gives you an understanding that first and foremost, you better work to stay out of those circumstances. And when we are in those circumstances, we better be really thoughtful, and Dylan better be really good.
Coach, thanks as always. Appreciate it. Look forward to win number 201 coming up. It's Cleveland, Pittsburgh Sunday at 1. Our pregame show begins at 11:30 a.m. and we'll have 2 hours of postgame afterwards. That's going to do it for our show. Again, Merry Christmas on behalf of Coach. Again, Merry Christmas on behalf of Coach.
What can I do for you?
Commander. You denied me this fight long enough. Guards, see to this intruder with extreme prejudice. Guards! Blast them! Hostiles. No one around here will rely upon their duty but me. No matter. I will deal with you myself.
Having that device nabbed on his watch nigh guarantees Valancourt a long stay and mental refreshment, if he is not subjected to swift and fitting arbitration first. Matriarch's blessings on you. Let's not waste time then. I'll lead us to the restricted wing now. Once there, reopen the rift using the modulator, so we can begin searching for clues. The sorry excuse of interstitial reconfigurating matter that claimed my arm. Rifts reconstitute matter in an imprecise manner, but use your imagination to conjure the original seed that could lead us to the evidence we need.
We should keep moving, Commander.
You've discovered something. I knew it! I am absolved. And yet, I cannot possibly imagine what would have possessed him to deliberately endanger. I would characterize Valancourt as many for all. I think I'm beginning to understand. Our dear head of security has much to answer for. I'm no longer willing to wait for the arc of justice to bend in my favor. Valancourt needs to die for what he's done. If I distract him, can I count on you to do the rest? The kind that buys you time to do what you need to. If we can find a way to isolate Valancourt from his forces, he will be much easier to deal with. He wouldn't dare. Trust me, I know Valancourt. This will work. The dead do make poor chroniclers. Very well. Valancourt is when it's done. You have an update, I hope. I've already shared more with you than I ought.
Ready to waste on your command. You've denied me this fight long enough. Guards, see to this intruder with extreme prejudice. Guards! Blasted. No one around here be relied upon to do their duty but me.
Got some bad company.
Engaging hostile life force. The commander's vital stats have reached an alarming
All subjects prosper
Let's
under
check
the
it out.
guidance of our beneficent ruler, the Sovereign.
Come upon me unawares. You will answer for it harshly. Right, back to it. Thinking never made anybody happy. They never questioned, never doubted. Their zeal never lacked.
Troublemaker approaching.
Let me know when you need a distraction. You denied me this fight long enough. Guards, see to this intruder with extreme prejudice. Guards! No one around you will be the right one. Even me. I will deal with you myself. Off. Stand me back up. Give the word and I'll take care of him, Commander.
The commander's vital stats have reached an alarming level.
What a mess. It's worse than I remember.
Do it. Huh? Attempting to pursue. Initiating search. Closer inspection. Better take a gander. Subversive type!
heard fighting. Well, what happened? Did he beg forgiveness? Did he grovel? Thus always to traitors. Morale will certainly improve in the lab now, I should think, provided Valancourt's replacement is not also an absolute pilgarlic. I had prepared this trauma kit, but obviously that turned out to be an unnecessary precaution. Please, take it, with my gratitude. Have no fear. Thank you again, but you mustn't stay. Go. I'll handle the cleanup.
Now that you have the Rift modulator, any previously inaccessible rifts could be worth revisiting. Rifts may contain useful equipment and resources. However, due to the chaotic nature of reconstitution, some creative problem solving may be required in reaching them.